So let me give you a hypothetical. I want you to imagine a 6-mile long stretch of water. This water is straight and level and does not flow.
Advanced simplicity takes hold. You'll find the truth from things of old.
So let me give you a hypothetical. I want you to imagine a 6-mile long straight stretch of water. At each end of this straight stretch of water is a bridge. Point A, so you've got 2 bridges. Point B. This water is straight and level and does not flow. At each end of this water is a bridge. Point A, point B. At each bridge there is a plumb bob hanging down to the water.
We are on the road,
even altitude,
suspending judgment until the truth is known. You will find peace within.
Let me give you a hypothetical.
In the midst of all these troubled souls.
Now, on these vertical strings, can you imagine an even altitude? A point at an equal height above the surface of the water below.
Advanced simplicity takes hold.
An even altitude.
You'll find the truth from things of old.
And on these vertical strings, can you imagine 2 points? So let me give you a hypothetical. Can you imagine point A and even altitude? At these points and point B, and on these vertical strings, we can establish a perpendicular and even altitude, and call one point A and the other point B. 2 points. Point A, point B, even altitude.
We are on the road,
2 points.
suspending judgment until the truth is known.
Point A,
You will find peace within.
point B.
In the midst of all these troubled souls.
The point at an equal height above the surface of the water below. Point A, point B. Point A, even altitude. Point B.
There's no end game in mind.
Is the shortest distance between those 2 points?
It's only the truth that we seek to find.
We know the shortest distance
There's no end game in mind.
between 2 points is a straight
It's
line.
only the truth that we seek to find.
Now, here's the question I'm asking myself. How can the distance between these 2 points be anything other than horizontal?
Everyone must see it for
Horizontal.
themselves. The truth
2
there
points.
for you to find.
And then ask yourself, and the water?
And we are live. Welcome, everyone. It's it's just a Wednesday, isn't it? Hump day. Whether we can get over this one. One man, that music reminds him of Dave Matthews. You've ever heard of Dave Matthews, Buster? Welcome.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Who said that?
One man and his detector.
Okay. Yeah, it was one of my favorites when I first started learning.
Nice. Honoured then. Because he likes it.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. There's a few people that like to come in and say the intros are a bit too long. Well, it's not an intro. It's a Buster song. The other one was just a, compilation that I put together. Don't worry about it. There are people that do like the music, particularly me. So, welcome. We are going to go over a thing that occurred with these flat earthers thieving content. And the reason he ended up getting a copyright strike, because he just took my stuff. Nathan Oakley wanted to talk about it. Let me get that. Nathan Oakley put a thing out today. Is that it there? Now, I didn't get a chance to actually go on to see Nathan Oakley's today, because I was going to go and pick my lad up so I was driving when Nathan Oakley was on today. And it says, I've been saying this is to a guy called Michael Kahn. You might see him as you might remember him as he's one of Flatsoid's mods, or, you know, panel members over there at Flatsoid's channel. Well, he decided to put a video out, and he titled it pretty badly, right? Calling me a liar or something like that. I don't know. And I've been asking him, as you can see there, commenting, where can we chat about your misrepresentation of both the surveyor and me? And he just said he didn't want to talk to me. So obviously the copyright strike went through, and he's now Nathan Oakley put a thing out that said you can chat about it in FED, Bev. Michael will be on today to cover this very telling strike. And then he does like it's just flat. He says it's a telling strike, so we are going to go over it. I don't know whether Nathan Oakley went over it. I haven't had a chance to go over any of that flat earth stuff. But it's a telling strike because people just stealing your content and misrepresenting the video. He didn't put any commentary on it or anything. He just literally copied it from a video. And we'll go over, I can go over the video and everything. Like, there's no need for him to have done that. He could have just linked it. He could have gone over it with Flatsoid on Flatsoid's channel by linking to the video on my channel. So we'll go over it right now. Michael, if you're around here, I know you're on Discord. Come on over. Come and have a chat. I didn't manage to get on Nathan Oakley's today, but I mean, if that's the only place you want to talk, Michael, about content thievery, that's fair enough. And Nathan Oakley, no doubt, would have wanted to have had a go at Michael for just taking other people's content, us being, you know, content creators. So let me find this video here. Right. Come on. No. Sorry. I will be with you in a moment. Right, so you guys in, what are you watching on Discord? Oh, so you don't want to be watching that, do you? Okay, and then, so you can see, let me just resize this a little bit more. Oh, it's a good job you can't see me messing about with all of this. Right, as you can see, I've got premium. There's never any adverts. So I don't know if you guys, I don't switch adverts on my channel, so hopefully you don't get any adverts. Let me know if you do, because I don't switch them on. So hopefully you guys don't have to have adverts. I've got premium, so I don't have adverts anyway. No risk of that. Can you see this? Right, so video is called How to Talk to Surveyors. It's 23 minutes long, and it was done 2 years ago. Commentary underneath it says a few conversations that we've had with people about surveying. All credit to the hard-working professionals who can talk honestly about their profession during the discussion. Obviously 2 years ago. So this is a video that we did 2 years ago. Now, I've made this one clip, and I'm never going to make another recording of me talking to professional surveyors because of these ridiculous flat earthers. Right now, this is just people who were talking, and this is the video that Michael decided he wanted to try and misrepresent. So where is it? Horizontal line, look at that. Level. You ever seen that before? From a video? See the way it's been broken up? Who's done that? How's that going? Look at that, that's great. I don't know who's done that, but right, so okay, volume up. Hey. So this is something I did on my phone, right? It's just a little thing, and this is what Michael clipped out. So we'll go over it. It's just me talking to his surveyor. We're doing a bit of a project about level with the lad, right? It's horizontal, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing else.
See, I call it vertical because it's up and down.
Right, so what he says there, I said I'm doing a project with my lad, the young lad, not the one that owns the Discord server. We're doing a project of just about level, and I asked him just to confirm it's horizontal, and this surveyor says he calls it vertical because it's up and down, because this surveyor is used to looking at a measuring rod and measuring the change on the vertical datum. That's what he's mentioning here, the surveyor. Just having go on.
Sorry.
Go on.
Just one thing to add. I know it's off the subject, but I didn't realize. I forgot my music was. I don't guess he realized my music was in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's your music. This is what Michael took. Just
Is that like
out.
I'm not privy, like, I don't know a lot about the ins and outs of YouTube, but isn't it like you can't just take somebody's video and post it as your own, can you?
Without
and somebody else's
commentary.
music?
He didn't ask for permission, and there was no commentary about it or anything. Just a badly mistitled thing at the front of it. So, like, yeah, he deserved to get it taken down, right? He was misrepresenting everything.
Wow. Okay.
Gentlemen.
Unless Michael wants to come in and, explain what the difference is, what Nathan Oakley wanted to have Michael on for. Perhaps Nathan Oakley wanted to berate Michael for, just blatantly taking somebody else's material.
But, like, it's just, like, I've seen people, like, go over a new song, that they're commenting on it, a first reaction to a song or something, but I've never seen somebody take somebody else's, like, content and music and just post it as their own. Yeah, that's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anybody could go over it. Right, so, yeah. Okay, so the surveyor has said he calls it vertical because it's up and down. Not wrong with that, but it's the vertical datum, which is, the measured elevation change on the vertical datum. And there we go. Well, it's perpendicular, isn't it?
Yeah.
Horizontal and vertical. Level is, it's not curved at all, is it?
No, it's flat.
Can't. Right, so I say level, it's perpendicular, it's horizontal, it's not curved at all, is it? Obviously, talking about level. Right, and as we said all along, level is a straight line on a horizontal plane, And this particular surveyor decided to say it's flat. But he's referring to level. Only level. Because that's what I'm asking him about. He did call it vertical. But once pushed with me about it, he does say it's flat there. But he's not talking about the Earth. He's just talking about level. Yeah, I know, flat was the trigger for Nathan Oakley and Michael Kahn, but Michael Kahn heard a surveyor saying flat, but the surveyor only said that because I was talking to him. Now, I've never recorded any more of these conversations because stupid flat earthers will make ridiculous conclusions up from what this guy said. It's just a surveyor telling you that level and horizontal does not curve. I can go over it again. I lead it. I tell him it's not curved, is it?
Yeah.
Horizontal and vertical. Level is, it's not curved at all, is it?
No, it's flat.
So he's in response to me saying it's not curved, is it? Quite simple. And that's it. He just says it's flat in response to me asking him, is it curved? Now, it's a pretty natural response to, you know, like for people to use that terminology within reality.
For me, it means like flat in opposition to curve. So if level, therefore on horizontal plane, and if it were curved, he couldn't say flat because it would be not a plane, so not flat.
Yeah.
That's why he said flat, because it is on a plane.
Yeah, because I asked him, it's not curved, is it? Right? He's responding to my questions. And the video here is titled How to Talk to Surveyors. Now, this is how you talk to surveyors. Right? I wasn't making him agree with the flat earth. I know this surveyor knows that the earth isn't flat. But he did say flat. I mean, that's not surprising that the flat earthers have some sort of a freak out because somebody said flat in a video. But they're calling me a liar about this. Nathan Oakley and Michael Kahn. Flatsoid. There's many of these. I've had loads of conversations with people about all sorts of things. And definitely with surveyors. I'll have a chat with any surveyor I meet. And none of them are flat earthers. And every one of them knows for certain that the earth's not flat. Dead simple. Try to tell Nathan Oakley this. Flat earthers won't have it. So let me... go on.
This surveyor is not talking about
It's
earth.
done. Okay. I wanted to just go because somebody else is wiring them up, right?
Yeah.
I just want to let you know they should do it on an ignition
Rob,
source.
I've got him. It's all right.
He's not talking about earth. He's talking about level.
Yeah, because I'm asking him.
Yeah, you asked him if level is curved, and he said no, it's flat.
Yeah.
It means not curved. Level, not earth.
Yeah, so it's not me that's being dishonest here. It's the flat earthers that aren't quite picking up on the, you know, the video that we're talking about here. It's how to talk to surveyors. The people in reality. You talk to them about reality, about their job, about what they do. This guy said he calls it vertical because it's up and down, measured on the vertical datum, elevation changes. Right, let's finish the video. We'll go over it. Can't be have a curve in it.
Can't curve, no, flat.
Brilliant. Cheers, mate.
All right.
So the wall. Right, so finish that. No curve. Surveyor says level hasn't got a curve. I mean, I know he's just a local surveyor, just using tools locally. That's normally where surveyors work, local. Like, that's why come you can talk to them where they're doing their jobs, right? So we've confirmed that. Now, second conversation. Oh, on the top of my head, right? Here's another confirmation of the same thing. Here we go. Because we were talking about these water levels. And listen to what this says. Water level in the canal.
Yeah.
Horizontal, right?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Because like it goes...
That's what the lock does. The lock changes the level, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So in theory, from one lock to the next, the water level should be the same.
So, like here, the canal goes from Liverpool Locks
Yeah.
all the way to Apley Bridge.
Yeah.
27 miles.
Yeah.
One level.
No.
No locks.
Oh, no locks.
There's no locks from Liverpool all the way. This is the
If
south.
there's no locks, in theory, it should be level.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your water would spill out of it.
I know. Horizontal, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So,
Cheers, mate. There you go. That's how to talk to surveyors. Just found out levels horizontal to a local surveyor.
Yeah, and he confirmed that if this canal without locks, 27 miles, he said level.
Yeah.
And he said before that level is not curved. It means that this level, 27 miles, is a straight line. Simple.
Yeah, he said, oh, the water will flow out, right? Which is right. Yeah. If it wasn't, yeah, the water would flow out of it because...
Yes, so it is straight line on level.
Yeah.
Or horizontal. It doesn't matter. It means it is not curved. Not curved and a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
On level. It means on the same level.
And so nowhere in that video, because that's all that Michael decided he wanted to put that video out and title it that Bev's dishonest. Bev's a liar. Anybody hear where I lied in that? I hope nobody was misrepresenting that fella as a flat earther, because he didn't mention anything to do with the earth. At all. So, you think I was right to strike the flat earther that took that video? I'll never make another video and put it on YouTube of any professional. It's just not worth it. I know personally what happens to people once they go and say things on the internet, and then imagine that some ridiculous flat earther's going around telling people that there's a flat earth surveyor because he said flat in response to somebody asking him about level being curved or not. Imagine the uproar that would break out into the community of surveyors. Because some ridiculous flat earther imagines that if you say that level is horizontal, then you're a flat earther. I mean, how ridiculous could that be? People living in reality. Some people might have laid it on as a point that, you know, level can't be horizontal even. But that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about the flat earthers robbing, stealing, just taking clips off other people's content and then misrepresenting it. I know Flatsoid's probably online now, right? He's live doing a show. I would imagine that Michael Kahn's in there with him. Is anybody here watch Nathan Oakley today, and did they hear Nathan Oakley going over this?
No, but apparently Rob wants to be unmuted.
Oh, again. Staring at brake pads. Is there only me that can do it? There you go, Rob.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm really sorry. I was probably hot mic and I joined up and I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You were hot mic.
Great jobs,
yes.
Right
at
I'm
the
sorry.
beginning of a live show.
I'm sorry. I'll try not to do it again. I hope I didn't say anything stupid.
No, I don't know. You were probably talking about work.
Probably talking about brake pads.
Yeah.
But I did want to say some. I didn't get to. I'm kind of out of the loop on this whole thing. So I just, for clarity, maybe if somebody else is just joining in too. So you copyrighted Nathan because he used your video?
No, not Nathan.
Yes, yeah. I wanted to make sure I understood.
Okay, right. Okay, well, there we go. Michael
I'm sorry.
Kahn, one of Flatzoid's panel members.
Yes, I'm familiar with Michael Kahn.
Went to this video of mine and clipped out that.
I know this surveyor video.
That clip.
Yeah.
Right, and he then put that clip out, 45 seconds, onto his channel, uploaded it onto his channel, titled "Bev's a Liar" or something like that.
Because the surveyor that you talked to says it's flat.
He said, yeah, in response to me asking him whether level curves, saying, there's no curve, is there? And he responded
no, it's flat.
With, yeah, no,
but
it's
that,
flat.
Yeah. A regular Joe on the street is going to use flat visually, like as a visual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks flat, yeah. But when when the surveyor does all his measurements, he doesn't use the word flat, I don't think.
No, he wouldn't use it because he, like he said,
he uses horizontal.
Vertical. No, he uses vertical because you're measuring
right
the up and down of the land.
Right. So when he goes to his horizontal, the perpendicular relationship means if he says vertical, when he goes to his level, he's going to say horizontal in the field. But when he talks to just a regular person, he's going to say flat because it's just an easy term.
Yeah, it's just a word, isn't it? Like flat earthers don't own the word flat.
No, but that's the other thing. A wall can be visually flat. You can call a wall flat. So does that mean the Earth's a wall?
Well, that in response to, does that wall have any curvature to it? It'd be like, no, it's flat.
No, it's flat.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that most of the flat earthers are the ones that are being dishonest because it's the only thing they have. Like I don't mind being called a flat earther, but I know for a fact none of it's flat. Otherwise, we wouldn't need surveyors. You wouldn't even need them.
Yeah, well, would you, if you were that surveyor that had that conversation, and then you suddenly found out that flat earthers were saying, this surveyor's a flat earther, listen to him. He said it's flat.
Yeah, this poor surveyor probably is getting called a flat earther now.
Yeah.
When the shape of the earth has nothing to do with his worldview.
The video's called How to Talk to Surveyors 101, right? And I wasn't talking to that surveyor, so Nathan Oakley and Michael Kahn could represent him as a flat earther or represent me as a liar.
Or try and make you a flat earther.
When I say it's not flat, I mean the earth is not flat. I don't mean
the dirt
level is not flat. Right? Because I'm not talking about the earth. I'm talking about the earth when I say it's not flat. Because I'm talking to flat earthers and saying, look, the earth is not flat. Just because this guy says that level has no curvature to it.
I cannot imagine.
I'm in there now. Thank you, Bab. I appreciate the clarification.
I just cannot imagine how someone could use that as proof of flat Earth or whatever or confirmation of flat Earth, because this conversation wasn't about Earth. It was about level. So he said that level is flat, therefore not curving.
Yeah, I said,
It was
like, I'm
not
doing a
about Earth.
project with my lad. I had my son there with me. We were going over level. I was getting him to confirm there's no curvature to level. As we've always been doing, right? For years, that's what we've been doing. Like, we're not flat earthers. Never have been. Just like every surveyor that you ever talk to. The Earth's not flat. They measure elevation changes on the vertical datum, which this guy also said. Now, I don't know whether Nathan Oakley or Michael Kahn or Flatsoid went over that and would have pointed out that he did say at the very beginning, he calls it vertical. I'll do it again because it's worth pointing out. I even put there, this is 100% real. Because there was a lot of people when we were doing this 2-3 years ago, or when I made this, put this out. I obviously did this conversation quite a lot earlier than that. Hey, horizontal, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing else.
See, I call it vertical because it's up and down.
I call it vertical because it's up and down, is what he said. Right, so is that flat? Is that flat by the flat earthers standards?
No, for me it is. Up and down, yeah, straight line, flat. Okay.
See whether the flat earthers take hold of that. Dishonest, content thieving flat earthers. Sorry, but I mean, maybe not all of the flat earthers, but Michael Kahn, definitely, he's a flat earther. He's over there on Flatsoid's channel. Flatsoid's hidden me, so I can't talk to Flatsoid. Michael Kahn says he doesn't want to talk to me about it. He just wants to thieve your content and pretend, you know, pretend people said things that they didn't actually say. Can I... I'll put that video in the chat if anybody does want to watch it. It's oh, wait a minute.
I want to hear an apology from the Flatzoid crew and the FED panel. That's what I'd like to hear in the next couple of days here by Friday.
Well,
Like them
Nathan
to
says he wants
apologize
to
to
talk
you.
about it, right? But I think he's just after content, or, you know, like he's having a go. He needs to generate a bit of drama or something. But yeah, I don't know what he was wanting to talk to me about. Like why I could talk to Nate,
What?
to this Michael on Flat Earth Debate channel. Because he put
I
it
don't know
in
nothing
comments. He
about
said
that, but
it's flat.
Yeah, what's flat? The level plane that you're creating with the tool, that's flat. But the earth that you're measuring from, definitely not flat. Otherwise, the surveyor wouldn't be standing there with the tool. Anyways, I'm sorry. I get a little animated sometimes.
There you go. I'll put it in the
Thanks,
chat
Ev.
at the minute if anybody wants to check it out. It's only a 20-odd minute. It's me talking to that surveyor there. And then I think the rest of them, don't know whether Buster's on there talking to people, but there's a guy called God Scalpel. He did a few phone calls to talk to surveyors about certain things. It's just general conversations with people in reality. To, you know, everybody knows that the earth is not flat, and you can't really try and convince a surveyor to say that the earth's flat, because they obviously know it's not. So all it would be
Otherwise,
really
they wouldn't
is,
have a job.
yeah, it's Nathan Oakley and Michael Kahn and people like that want to misrepresent professionals. And we all know how that goes down, right? Imagine a call from your employer with, like, somebody said that, these flat earthers are going around saying that you think the earth's flat. Imagine having to do that because
Yeah, well, that's the funny
flat
part. That's
earthers
exactly what I'm talking about.
misrepresented you.
Yeah, because he's saying that the level is flat, like the
Because
water
I
level.
asked him if there was any curvature there.
No, it's flat.
Yeah, he was led by my words. Now, Nathan Oakley and Michael Kahn want to go round telling people that I'm dishonest. I'm a liar. Because of what? Because I used some words to get a guy to say that level wasn't curved. And he said it in like a colloquial sort of way, that it's flat. It's a description. It was descriptive, as in there is no curvature. There's no lumps or bumps or mountains or anything like that in the way. It's flat, is what he said.
Yeah, that's right, and that's why I would appreciate an apology from both of those panels to you. It may never happen, but have some humility, gentlemen.
So yeah, but Nathan Oakley and Michael Kahn, right, as you might know, they're two flat earthers, prominent flat earthers, but I don't know how many people know of Michael Kahn, but he's a big voice within Flatzoid's channel, and people have heard of Flatzoid, right? Simon Dan's talked about Flatzoid, which is, well, Flatzoid's a rising star. He's hidden me, so we can't talk there. But we've been out talking to people, right? I've got some conversations, and I think I'll be putting them out soon, of how we can talk to flat earthers, right? The conversations with model afflicted, dogmatic glow believers. We've got conversations with surveyors, real people in reality, and we've got conversations with flat earthers now too. And a few of them have been trying to use this fallacious modus tollens that QE calls the black swan, and they don't like hearing that it's fallacious. I was talking to, I think Flatsy is another one in these flat earthers, about that particular argument this morning. Yeah, that's right, Askin. XYZ is a plane. Imagine somebody thinking that, and then thinking that whenever anybody says, yeah, it's flat, in response to, is it curved? Thinking that XYZ is a plane. And we had to have a conversation this morning about how you can conceptualize 2D in a 3D. A ball obviously is in a 3D space. But
wouldn't XYZ be two planes?
It's three actually. XY, ZX, and ZY.
Yeah, three.
Yeah, it's three
That's
dimensions.
Not a plane. Yeah.
Three planes in relation. They have 90 degrees between
Perpendicular.
each perpendicular. Yes,
Yeah.
Three perpendicular planes. Yes.
there's no more space for anything else. We are like, I do have some really good fun conversations. We've got Ed Bear that tends to, I don't know, it's like it's fun listening to, but I would imagine it's not so fun for the people that are involved in it, but I particularly enjoy myself doing it. It's something that I consider myself as being quite good at. Just talking to people about contradictions that you might hold, false dichotomies. And I don't know, I've been saying, I don't know if Nathan's around, because Nathan Oakley says he wants to get John on Jaren. And Blue Marble says he wants to do a 1v1 with me. That's Blue Marble Science, the YouTube content creator. Not the, you know, the general branch of Blue Marble Science. He wants to do a 1v1. And I said, I've always wanted to do like a false dichotomy thing. I would like to go on Jaren and debatism.
Yeah, he's got
do the false
a box
dichotomy.
of wheel nuts.
Oh, not again, Rob.
Sweet.
Somebody else want to get him before it's have to be me?
Rob.
Thank you very much. At least I don't have to be the one to unmute him. So yeah, I forgot where I am now.
Blue Marble Science and
debatism. Yeah. I do the false dichotomy. I would say not flat. I would play the real card, the reality, because I can't imagine where else it'd be. Like where is in between a false dichotomy? Like what position would you be holding? Just reality, right? I think that's the only way to be. So yeah, Blue Marble could defend the dogmatic globe, and John from Nathan Oakley's, the one that says that the modus tollens we did isn't an argument. He could do the flat earth side for Nathan Oakley in the flat earth debate. And Bev, would be the false dichotomy. I could say not that one and not that one. That would be a brilliant debate. But Blue Marble Science, the YouTube content creator, said that he'd never go on Jaren, which is strange because his mates Brenda and McToon seem to be really friendly with Jaren. I can't imagine what's going on. I mean, why would Blue Marble Science, the head chief scientist of the Blue Marble Science Discord channel and YouTube content creator, we opened it up a little bit early. We put a song out about straight lines, him and Charles. I mean, it's pretty relevant, right? When you go and listen to some of the conversations I've been having over the last few days, then yeah, it does come. Does anybody know where Michael Kahn is? And can anybody, you know, just check, see whether he wants to pop over and have a chat about why he wanted to do that? Because I know Flatsoid's hidden me, or one of the other mods over at Flatsoid's. Did nobody hear from anything on Nathan Oakley, or was Nathan Oakley just trying to fish in to get me over there? No? I want to listen to that one more time. Listen to this fella and me talking to this guy. Hey, mate. Right, we're doing a bit of a project about level with the lad, right? It's horizontal, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing else.
See, I call it vertical because it's up and down.
Well, it's perpendicular, isn't it?
Yeah.
Horizontal and vertical. Level is, it's not curved at all, is it?
No, it's flat.
Can't be have a curve in it.
Can't be curved, no, it's flat.
Brilliant. Cheers, mate.
All right.
So, the water level in the canal,
Yeah.
horizontal, right?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Because like it goes...
That's what the lock does. The lock changes the level, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So in theory, from one lock to the next, the water level should be the same.
So, like here, the canal goes from Liverpool Locks
Yeah.
all the way to Apley Bridge.
Yeah.
27 miles.
Yeah.
One level.
No.
No locks.
Oh, no locks.
There's no locks from Liverpool all the way. This is the
If
south.
there's no locks, in theory, it should be level.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your water should spill out of it.
I know. Hello. Horizontal, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So,
Cheers, mate.
So what we want to do is establish a horizontal.
Okay. Talking to surveyors in reality, right? They're not flat earthers. Flat earthers. Just proving how you can talk to people about their job in reality, and they know the earth is not flat. Flat earthers. So there's no need to rob content and say that people are liars for simply talking to people. And just because the flat earthers can hear me now, right? I'll never put any more of these conversations out with professionals, although I have had them, because flat earthers will misrepresent, and if even worse, the dogmatic globe believers, they're even more fanatical about hearing things like this, because what it is, they hear people like Nathan Oakley saying that means it's flat, and then they push back against it because then they imagine that this does mean it's flat, because it doesn't. Flat earthers are just mental. Everybody knows that level is horizontal, but that doesn't mean the earth's flat. Stupid flat earthers. Elevation changes prove it's not flat. Wait, let me put that back over to Discord. There we go. So if Michael Kahn is out there, content thief Michael Kahn, flat earther, wants to come and explain what he was meaning by just copying some of my content, putting it out as though I'm lying about something. No. It's really hard work trying to get people to talk and to communicate about things. Do you want to hear there is another video? Wait a minute.
It's the completely opposite with me. Everybody wants me to shut up.
You keep start talking to your boss or whatever. People walk.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was off. I'm sorry. And then I ran to my phone and I was already muted. Like, son of a... Sorry, babe. I was trying. I'm going to stay on mute for a bit. I got breaks to do.
Right, so this is Michael Kahn. This is the guy who did it. And this is a video that he put out after. This is where Nathan Oakley said. Right, well, actually, beforehand, let's see what this... I said, where can we chat about your misrepresentation of both me and the surveyor? And there's 31 replies here. Michael Kahn says, I don't converse with proven liars. Don't post on public YouTube what you claim wasn't for the public. And I said, so you freely admit the content theft. Remind me again who's the dishonest one. Theft of the non-public public video. Go prove the misrepresentation, you deceiving snake. Michael Kahn. How can you misrepresent what was obviously said on the video? What mental gymnastics are these? Says somebody else. Gold medal gymnastics. Michael Kahn says, absolutely, this video proves his was public on YouTube. Bible U. Bible U? Oh, well, Bible U. Yeah, but I've been caught. Time for tactics like a true anti-fleur. Sorry, Bible U. Flatsoid, all I see here is Michael presenting his case that you lied, Bev. Why not just say you sorry instead of doubling down? I say he originally calls it vertical. Are you disregarding that? Amen, says Michael. I said, very brave to reply here after lying about me, then hiding me, so I can't reply. Can you even see these comments, or have you unhidden me so you can call me a liar again? That's me talking to Flatsoid's perspective. Petey, why not just say you're sorry instead of doubling down? Says the doubling down master of all time. Oh, Petey and Thingy. Sean Hawkins. Flatsoid. Sean Hawkins, the Hawk, says, I'm still waiting on my apology from you calling me a liar. Hypocrite. I'll give that one a thumbs up. We stand with Sean. That's two people Flatsoid's called a liar. Me and Sean Hawkins, we're the same seas. And I replied to Sean saying, I think he just does that to everyone that challenges him on the things he said, Sean. Whoever Kleb is, I say level is horizontal with no curve. The guy said that because I asked him about the curve. He knows the earth is not flat, but he said that level was flat because it has no curve. This does not mean the earth is flat. Please don't misrepresent the guy or change his words to mean something that he didn't say. So basically what he says is that horizontal, level and flat are synonymous. I agree completely, says Kleb, right? Don't misrepresent what he says. He said he called it vertical. Is the dictionary also flawed? Asks Kleb. And I say, the dictionary is flawed, or vertical is an antonym of flat. Check it out for yourself. Nathan Oakley, this is where Nathan Oakley comes in. He says, you can chat about it in FED, Bev. Michael will be on today to cover this very telling strike. It's just flat, says Nathan Oakley, with a little bit of bold. The flat looks like it's in bold there. And then something, a comment to some guy about Venus. And I say to Nathan Oakley, I've got to go and pick up my lad. I'll come on if I'm home before you've finished. Fingers crossed the PC is okay. Did it manage to make it all the way through? I didn't know whether I'd back before it cooked itself. So don't forget to mention about the content theft that brought on the strike. Hope to talk later. And that's all the comments. But let's listen to this. This is the Michael Kahn, and this is what he said. I've not really heard any of this. I'm not really bothered about it.
Hey everyone, how's it going? So I didn't think I'd be doing a response to my last video this quickly, like, but I made that last video live whilst I were in Nathan Oakley's chat.
So he made it live while we were in Nathan Oakley's chat. I think it was yesterday, something. So we were talking to people in Nathan Oakley's chat as Michael was posting the video that's, you know, he's talking about, yeah, that video.
Today, and Bev were there.
I was.
So he's dropped me a few comments in that chat.
I did.
And I find them quite alarming.
Alarming.
So
Yes,
let's
Michael,
have a look.
Let's have a look at them. Don't be alarmed. Don't be too alarmed, at least, hopefully. It's a lot of pictures there. I don't know whether you'd be showing all of that. Whether that's wise.
So the first comment was, "Hey Michael, nice video. How do you feel misrepresenting a professional?"
Is that all right? Is that, does that alarm anyone? Me putting that in a Nathan Oakley's YouTube text chat comment section? Anyone alarmed by that? Was a nice
I don't
video.
think-
I have one. I got one thing to say. Did either the Michael Kahn panel or the Nathan Oakley panel called the surveyor a flat earther?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. They won't talk to me about it. Like,
Well, okay, maybe I missed how Michael Kahn misrepresented
they called
the
me a liar.
survey.
It was titled Bev the Liar.
Oh, I just see Barry Bev shitter.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
I
no,
missed
no, the
I missed
video.
I'm
The
sorry,
video that he got copyright struck, it's been took down. He can't
Oh,
have it.
okay,
I've just
okay.
played it at the beginning. It was taken. He just clipped that bit
I'm sorry.
of my video and put that
Yeah,
out
yeah,
on his
I
video
know
on
the
his
part.
channel.
Yeah, that's not cool.
He retitled it.
And then called you a liar.
Yeah, not
'Cause
thinking
he thinks
and
that
you know,
the
liar
surveyor
or
is
something.
calling the earth flat.
Where's the thumbnail? I think the thumbnail for this,
Careful,
this
Michael.
video is what he uses. It's my YouTube, the TT of the Fata Morgana with my lads. I think maybe the earlier one. I don't know whether it's both of them or just me and the lad. But yeah, he's, you know, his thumbnail was, that's the only thing he did was cross out try and put not thinking, I think, or something, you know, dead original like that. And so this is a comment that I make to Michael.
Misrepresented anybody. You were talking to a surveyor, you were asking him about level and horizontal, and he said, yeah, it's flat.
He did.
So I think it might be you who's misrepresenting the professional. And I think you're a liar, Bev.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Okay, so we're lying.
And I'm going to show you why I think you're a liar.
Right,
So next comment.
I'm a liar.
Please do.
I purposely didn't put that video out public because it's not fair for you flat earthers to endanger the professionals' careers by misrepresenting their words. I've already addressed that. I didn't misrepresent. I just shared what you posted, Bev. Secondly, you did put that video out to public because it's on your YouTube channel for everybody to see. I'll link it in the description and I'll put timestamp so everybody can go and look and see what kind of person you are, Bev.
The funny thing about it was, right, we knew this guy, right, had copied my work, right? Just literally copied the video and put it out as his own. but we had to find out where it was from. And I've got thousands of hours of video. We didn't know where. Michael made a video for us telling us exactly where it was, and he timestamped it for us. And I went, thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much. Clever, eh? So, thank you very much, Michael. Misrepresenting their words. The video was titled How to Talk to Surveyors. Now, does Michael sound like somebody you want to be able to talk to a surveyor about? Calling me a liar for what? I didn't put it out as a video for flat earthers to go, this guy said flat. Because that's not what it was about. It was about how to talk to surveyors about reality. That's what I purposely didn't do. Didn't give it to flat earthers and say, this guy's he said flat. I made him say flat. Because it was me that made him say that. I asked him the questions. That this man said, no, there's no curve. It's flat. So if Michael's going to call me a liar for that sort of stuff, then he's misrepresenting my words and the surveyor. So let's see what Michael's got the rest to say now.
You're a liar. Next comment. I posted it on Discord, Michael. You copied it and put it on YouTube. No, I don't go on Discord, mate. Especially not your Discord. Right? So I've not been to Discord and copied nothing. I went to your YouTube channel and found it on there.
Thank you very much, Michael. Right? He didn't get it from Discord. He actually got it from YouTube. That's content theft.
Straight from the source.
Yeah, he's actually saying it.
Like,
So,
good job,
call me a
Mike.
liar as much as you want, Michael, but you're the one that told me where you copied it from my channel.
Yeah.
Content theft. Yet, for some reason, this Michael seems he can turn it on me and call me a liar. Because he told me exactly where he committed the offence, which video he took it from, how he uploaded it with no commentary, no change, no nothing. Michael Kahn, flat earther. Watch him. Got to be careful. I mean, YouTube wouldn't have told me that this guy's just put a video out that's just copied a bit from your YouTube channel. I wouldn't have known. People tell me things, right? I'm not following him. It's a flat earther. But he's misrepresenting the surveyor and misrepresenting the very video it comes from.
Up into public for everybody to see about. So no, I didn't copy it and put it on YouTube. It were already there.
Yeah, it was already there, Michael. You could have just linked people to it, not copy it and put it on your channel. Like, what's up with him?
I don't think he's ever read the terms and conditions of YouTube. That's weird.
This is flat Earth. This is modern flat Earth. Like, come on.
You're a liar, mate.
I'm a liar.
With your own words, you're a liar. You're a flat denier. And
yes, I definitely go along with that. It's not flat, Michael. The Earth is not flat. God.
You're a liar.
Busted.
So here we are on Try Thinking YouTube channel. Not Discord, Bev. YouTube.
He's on YouTube. Yeah, this is where.
And
it
this
is.
video, how to talk to surveyors 101.
Yeah. Like, what's that? What? What's the laughing face for? That's funny. Flat earthers. What's going on? He's just literally telling me this is the video he's took it from.
And you've even split your timeline up. So I can...
I've never even watched this video before, and I just noticed earlier that it's been split up. I mean, I don't know who's done that. It's cool. If anybody does know how you get that to happen. I'm not that YouTube-y, right? I don't know.
You can go straight to video, which is here.
In full.
I can link this, like I said before, in my YouTube channel. Timestamp.
He didn't, when he put the original video out, the one that got done, right? This is the one afterwards. But when he did the original the first time, he didn't link anything. He could have done. He could have asked me for permission to post it. He could have linked the thing to the original video when he did it. He could have done any of that. He didn't. He's doing it now, though. He's telling us. He's telling me I'm a liar by explaining exactly how he copied my content, where he copied it from.
So everybody can see how much you fib. You see, Bev, when you're a liar, you need to keep track on lies that you make, mate. You ain't a truther. You're not a flat earther. You're no better than an anti-flat earther.
Wow.
Well, technically, you are an anti-flat earther.
No, I'm
It's
not.
not flat.
No, like, you're a flat earther, right? I really like
Yeah, but
you,
I love
Rob.
it here.
I know I like you. I'm not anti-Rob Keane, right? What I am anti is people like Nathan Oakley. People who, like, lie and cheat, and this Michael Kahn, content thief, that calls you a liar. Flatsoid, the people that call you a liar and then block you so you can't retaliate, you can't answer them. I'm anti that sort of stupid shit. But, like, flat earthers, I mean, they're just people who take on a role.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
These
I'm with
people
you.
have decided that they can label people right now. It's not good enough to just label people globers or normies. You have to be able to label them anti-you. Right? That's the snowflakiness that flat earthers have entered into. It's 2023. You've got to feel special to be this protected group of people. You don't do that, Rob. You're not that. Right? So this, when they're saying anti-flat earther, it's like a snowflakey flat earther. The ones that can't communicate about reality. It's ridiculous.
I wish people would just learn that flat Earth is a topic, not an actual truth.
It's all ridiculous. It all comes down to the use of words. And you're never going to understand what words mean to a crazy person. And there's crazy people all over the place. It's only going to get worse. Crazy people believe that the Earth's flat. They think mountains are measured flat. They think XYZ is a plane. You've got people who think the surface of a ball is 2D. People can't see this relationship logic, how to reason these sort of things for themselves. You don't need a mathematician to tell you that a ball is 3D. The surface of the ball's the thing that you can look at. It's 3D. It's not 2D. Just because you can conceptualize it as a surface. A plane is 2D. Not a ball. 2D balls, it's crazy stuff. Crazy town. And you've got flat earthers thinking that mountains are measured flat. And you've got I wouldn't say globe earthers, but I've got, model afflicted people that think balls are 2D. The surface of everything is 2D. I'm right. Why is it 2D? Because there's no vertical change.
I also think I know why he doesn't want to come to this Discord. I mean, he sounded disgusted, and it's probably because when people come here, everybody gets treated exactly the same, and everybody gets held to account for what they claim. We all do. And I think he's frightened of that.
Yeah, it's obviously a concerted effort to close this Bev's argument, or this argument, down. I mean, that's kind of this video is a bit like getting brownie points from somebody, maybe, because they can't really address the argument at all. They think they've got all the globe arguments, tied down, but this one, it feel like it's attacking the flat Earth. I mean, it's being specific about some words, but there's a lot of efforts to shut this down, shut this argument down, and Bev particularly, as he's kind of, he vocalizes it really well. I mean, the last few days listening over in the politics channel has really been a masterclass. I mean, if anybody gets a chance to listen in on, catch some of those, they are a masterclass in this, in how you deliver this truth, this proof to people, and yeah, it's really been amusing to watch the sand just drift away under their feet, really, in this argument, and those who don't want it to be heard trying to close it down and trying to stop this horizontal argument. But if you know your stuff, if you know your subject, and this is a very powerful subject to make an argument on. If you know it well, then it's I think it's infallible. It's an infallible argument. It's incredible, really. Yeah, there's been people from both sides who've really come adrift. It really makes it clear where people's minds are at. And they're either lost or in a model, or in illogical thought, or they're plain being deceptive. But it really, to get a chance to listen, it's much more exciting than going over this, this petty. Well, it's not petty to Beth, but these are just ways to cover the argument, because they can't address it. They don't have a logical reasoning. Otherwise they would have to just face it, and then, well, I guess they'll feel their whole existence will be invalidated, really. What can they do if they take away flat? What will happen?
Yeah, I mean, the depth of this argument, really, we've not even scratched the surface of the actual where this leads, right? Because this logical reasoning, right? Within mathematics, have you ever heard of a lemma? It's sort of a logical thing, but it's sort of, once you come to the end, you make a conclusion, right? Then that conclusion, because it's a proof, can lead to so many more things. So it's really the lemma is the ability for you to use something back again within an argument, like where that leads is well, it's immense, really. It's like geometry. You can make these certain links at the beginning, but because you've made them, you can then like progress so far, and it gets so intricate. But you need to have the basis, the foundations there to begin with. That's all we're doing at the minute.
Yeah, I mean they do lead to windows being cleaned and doors being opened you never expected. And the connections it's made, through the logical outcomes of the argument are really incredible. Really, yeah, they're much more than geometry, much more than logic, even.
Yeah.
There's lots of really deep connections, and it's a pity that people are missing it and really don't get a chance. It's hard work. It's hard work. And, I mean, the argument's fairly simple when you get to it, but it's probably
the
hard work
barriers
to
that
get
you
to
have
there.
to break down in order to, just have that connection, right? Because a lot of people have built up this idea that there's something bad about me in the way we communicate, right? That, toxic or nasty behavior. But I mean, it's just not there. Michael's out there obviously calling me a liar publicly. Nathan Oakley's done it. But for what? What did I lie about? Apart from the fact that I got Michael to tell me where the video was. Quite clever.
I think as a project, I think it's a product of when people come to the end of their logical reasoning. When you're children, that happened. And then the guy hit you. When you couldn't argue anymore, he hit you. You had a fight or something because couldn't take it either. He couldn't even either take the position that he was at the end of his argument, or he was wrong, or she, and admit that. That's the thing, is you've got to be able to have this kind of inner integrity to recognize when you don't actually know something, and to and learn something there at that point, because that's where it's liberating. And because a lot of people don't do that, they're fixed to a lot of things, fixed to a lot of models, and lots of stuff has been planted there for years and years. It can be really difficult, I think, for some people to be able to let go of that conditioning. And not to say that I have, I mean, it's a daily exercise, and the last few days, listening in the morning to the debate on the politics channel has been a liberating thing, really. It has been liberating.
You can imagine like starting the day off, because it's always been like that over the last 4, 5, 6 years. Always within the Discord server. We're in here a lot, right? Anybody wants to come in, the On the Level Discord server, it's open. There's quite a few people in here all day. It's like a nice little community. This is the community that we have. And quite often is you get up of a morning and that's when your brain's the most active. I don't know whether you've just had a sleep or whatever, and it, it's firing. The best conversations happen at those sort of times in the morning. And over the last few days, like Bear says, we've been going to politics Discord server, having a few conversations with the flat earthers, trying to, because obviously QE won't talk about his fallacious modus tollens, so we thought you'd go over to have a word with one of the flat earthers that is willing to defend that modus tollens and try and get a conversation about them, about how they follow the argument. Well, this one this morning was quite good because we were trying to talk to them about modus tollens, modus ponens, and modus polens. Shout out Bob the science guy. And we showed them a clip of a video that's been taken down from YouTube, and to see what they thought of the Modus Poland's argument, and they just didn't understand it. I think there might have been one person there that did understand, but that's very, very few, considering how many people were in the room. I don't know. And this is an argument about the thing that everybody's hot about the topic of, within this arena. And they just didn't seem to understand the basic logic behind it, even the reason why it might need to be discussed.
Yeah, I find the more you listen to the argument and the discussion, the more you learn, the more you piece the pieces together and learn a lot of things. I mean, today was absolutely amazing, really. It was a masterclass in sophistry, I thought. One of the guys who was talking, he had figured out what to say, what not to say, what to engage with, what not to engage with, in order to deceive people, really.
Yeah.
About what the truth is, and he met his match today, I must say.
He was talking to another guy, trying to tell him to shut up. He was like trying to direct the conversation. Well, it's like when having people there and you're in a conversation, actually watching people trying to divert the conversation.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah, he was an egocentric sophist too. He wanted to be the one who had the ultimate truth there. Telling people to be quiet and not to engage because they didn't know what they were talking about. I mean, he had worked out. Yes, he was clever enough. Yeah, but the idea was to close down the argument. And that wasn't just from him, because earlier he'd got somebody in a corner with their argument, and it was like he was the victor.
Yeah.
And they really didn't want this argument about horizontal to happen at all. In the background, there are maybe people frantically messaging the mods or whatever to shut them down, don't let because there was somebody on there saying, "Oh no, stop! We don't want to hear you, Bev. Don't talk. We don't want to hear you." And it took some time for it to. It's amazing how, when you go and listen to these arguments, how quickly it comes back to horizontal. It doesn't matter what. I mean, initially it was about proving gas pressure without a container. That was the question. It was way up there in space, and it got lost. But eventually it came down to horizontal again. And I'm always amazed how quickly it comes round to there, and the door opens and in you walk, And but they really don't want that to happen over there. They don't want this truth to be heard somehow. And that's, on the side of the argument, who seemingly are people looking for the truth, trying to discern the truth, question people about the truth. But this truth, it's either they don't understand it or it's too scary for some reason. But yeah, they want to close it down. And it's it's a beautiful thing to witness, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, wonderful.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that if you tell a flat earther that the earth with a capital E is not flat, something internally says you're giving back the power to the globe earthers who are anti flat earthers, just trying to make flat earthers look bad.
Well, no, see, because you listen to the conversation that we had this morning, and the guy was a 2D. Like, he would agree with the fact that, or you would agree with him that flat is 2D type thing, right? They're the same whenever you use the term plane and whenever you double up with flat plane. Like, that means
flat planes
2D.
are 2D.
It's 2D, yeah. Not
flat
horizontal.
Than
yeah.
flat earthers?
Because I think that's where the difference is,
but it
right?
is. But it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
yeah, I
say
understand.
level is horizontal, right? We all know that. But I think the difference is that some flat earthers that know it's not flat, they know it's not flat because they imagine flat as being 2D, right? So therefore they know that the earth's not flat because they know that the earth is not 2D. Well, this guy that we were talking to this morning, he thinks the surface is 2D. So you could count that as being the real flat earthers, right? Because he thinks the surface of everything is 2D. Now, when you think of 2D, you think of flat, don't you? And that would make these dogmatic globe earth believers that think the surface of everything is 2D, they would be the real flat surfaces, right? If the surface of everything is 2D, then they think everything is flat, surely.
So if the surface is 2D, how would you determine elevation changes?
Exactly. That's you can't really say that those people that imagine the surface of everything is 2D, you can't imagine them as being anti-flat earthers because they think everything's 2D. Everything that you look at, the surface of everything they imagine is 2D. Imagine that. They can't be anti-flat earthers, can they? So you're calling the people, on the extreme opposite side, anti something that they're not. They think everything's 2D, or the surface of everything is 2D, and the surface being everything that you look at of everything. The bit that you touch.
Those people are ridiculous.
Well, they hardly can be called anti-flat earthers, could they? If you associate flat with 2D.
For me, it is
Yeah, I'm
silly
back
because
on the right page.
surface is of a solid object cannot be 2D. It is just impossible.
I know. But the case that the guy made this morning, he sounded frantic. He was scrambling for his words. Like, you know when Brian Leakey's doing some talking and it sounds like he's pacing around his garden? Well, this guy was sort of sprinting. Like he was cleaning up or something. He was, I don't know. Like Air Bear says it is. It's amazing to listen to and to recall back and watch all of the fantastic plays that are being made by these people. It's quite
like chess.
Yeah, it's well worth experiencing from like standing back for a bit. I know you can be part of it, but once you become comfortable with being within this strange arena, if you allow yourself to sort of sit back and see a greater picture, it sort of develops into some sort of a drama. But it's a real life thing. You're literally watching imaginometry. There was some guy who was doing on the spot imaginometry. Fantastic. We asked him, are you a mathematician? He went, no. But it was literally freestyling imaginometry right in front of our faces. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's sometimes a godsend that, I mean, over there they don't allow it just anybody to speak. You can go and listen. You can't text. You've got no voice. I managed to get in once yesterday. on the day before for a short period, and then I went off mic, and when I came back, I was locked out again, couldn't text. And so, there's times you want to jump in and be able to say something, and there's other times, and most of the time you can't. So you're kind of forced to sit and listen. And I was thinking that today. Actually, there's quite a benefit in not being able to talk sometimes. But yeah, it's very triggering to.
Yeah, sometimes I should be kept on mute.
Yeah, sometimes, but that goes to the closing down of the argument and the regulation of voices. That's kind of, it's not an open forum, and that's for sure. I don't know quite how you get access, who you have to know or how many hours you have to put in listening or whatever, but yeah, it's not a free and open thing. Bev says we, but the people who are able to talk, that was the we, but it's not everybody. So there is it does show that there is a restriction.
Free speech is limited.
Yeah, it's limited,
Privileged.
and and
which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? But I mean, you've got to listen to everyone. It just seems like the everybody that they do listen to are perhaps just very skilled sophists.
Yeah, because I wanted to call him out. That's kind of, was kind of I wanted to make a summary of what had happened there at some point. That he'd managed to gain some kind of a win with the lady he was having a discussion with about gas pressure, and she made a big mistake and let him in to the argument, and he managed to get his big Rob mechanic screwdriver into a crack, and he levered that and managed to seemingly win an argument. She backed into a corner where she had no escape, and he tried it again later, but it was all sophistry, and he was very clever at that, how he'd laid out his argument. But yeah, and he attempted that with the horizontal and geometry, and played a clever game. He thought perhaps it couldn't be seen, but and maybe for most it couldn't be seen as, but it was quite obvious what he was up to, and he laid a lot of traps there for people to walk into, and once he had them, because he said a couple of times he couldn't issue the coup de grace of his argument unless you agreed to a certain point of it. He needed you to, that was his chess move. Yeah. He knew that as soon as you'd moved into that square, his bishop that you hadn't seen over here was going to have you. And he needed you, he needed to distract you so you didn't see that place he wanted you to go to, but he was leading you there all the time. And if you said, you agreed to what he was trying to push there, you only want somebody to say it's a triangle. That's all he needed. And then he thought, triumph, I've won, but he knew exactly what he was doing. And yes, he was just a sophist. He had no grounds, no basis to his argument under that. It was just a deceptive lie.
Go over sophists, right? Because
yeah, that'd be good.
A sophist would be somebody who I would say can entertain an argument as though there is an argument and make you believe there's an argument, but really has no argument. Or the most skilled sophists can do this quite well. They can just use words without having an argument to form it upon, and make it look, with encouragement and friends, that there is some sort of an argument going on, right? Well, it may not become apparent why you need logic, because logic will let you understand the argument, and then you'll see that somebody doesn't actually have an argument. So you'll be able to spot sophistry much more readily. But what became apparent this morning, and this is normally the easiest way to spot these sort of things, right? Or to give you an example of what sophistry is geometric sophistry really is impossible, because geometry is based upon argument, which leads to proof, which then leads to more proof. So there can be no sophistry within geometry, because the arguments all lead to a proof, and it's a well-proved system, axiomatic, and with no failings. So you can't really pretend around geometry. Well, that is, if you don't know geometry, then how do you know where somebody's attempting the sophistry around it? Because it all could be sophistry, or none of it could be sophistry. If you don't really know the basics of geometry, then you could be fooled by somebody saying that, you know, mathematics states such and such. Straight lines are circles, like, let's say that. Like, say, so would that be sophistry? Or could you just say, well, mathematics said that it is? Or would you know yourself and have some sort of a way of proving that? I mean, that sounds like a load of bullshit. That would be geometric sophistry, right? Somebody trying to tell you that a straight line is something which you know it is already. Like, you can prove those sort of things. So anything you can prove. If somebody says not that, that's blatant sophistry. That's somebody just trying to convince you with no argument, no nothing. It's just blatant sophistry. That's the best I could do with sophistry. I don't know if anybody else has got a better way to explain how people can convince people that it's called rhetoric, that, you know, the way that you use your voice to convince people of things. Well,
Can I try something?
Yeah.
The fifth postulate. Could we understand that to have been removed from Euclid because of sophists?
Well, it allows people to it allows sophists to be able to develop an argument because somebody did something in the past. I mean, like, when they say removed, you can't remove something that's a self-evident truth. Like, triangles have 180 degrees. A triangle will be formed on the side of the line where the two straight lines make angles less than two right angles. I mean, you don't just get rid of it. Not in reality, anyway. So, I mean, you could attempt sophistry, but I mean, how do you do that? How do you get I mean, a sophist might be able to divert cleverly around the subject, maybe change the topics into something else. I mean, oh, look at the lights in the sky, or, you know, like that. But I mean, that's what happens. That's how people are easily swayed away from knowing truths, which Michael Kahn says I'm not. So I mean, don't trust me. The idea is to come in and find these things for yourself. Come and have a conversation, see if you can learn anything, see if you can find any of these proofs. I'm fine, I've got my own, but anybody wants to have a conversation with somebody who absolutely certain he's got a proof, then come over.
I have my own personal proofs as well.
There you go.
Have you fixed my car yet? Come on. Yeah, they breezed over that today. It's funny you should say that, Rob. You know, I was thinking exactly the same thing about the fifth because, okay, I've had the word, you know, sophistry. I've had that in my mind. I've had the word in my mind. I've heard it a lot in the last few weeks, and paper says it, and there are other things: syllogisms, paralogisms, enthymemes, epohe. There's a lot of words, you know, and sophistry was one of those words. It was just a word. You know, I kind of vaguely knew what it meant, but not in practice. And today, it became a complete thing. You know, it was something I could witness happening, and it gave meaning to the word and understood. This is, you know, and I felt legitimized to use the word somehow, to be able to say this guy was a sophist, because I recognized that's what it was. And they breezed over the fifth in that sophistry. They breezed over that it had been falsified. You know, for me, that's the key. They have to do that in order for the spherical geometry to have existence. They've got to wipe out some truth. They've got to breeze over it and make it like it's nobody really noticed. You know, oh yeah, but we can't. You know, that's not important. You know, don't look there. Anyway, what about these curvy straight lines? You know, and this is, you know, it's finding the point where they, you know, they cut where the woman isn't cut in half. You know.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Bev if he watched Veritasium's video on the fifth postulate.
Yeah, we went over it.
Oh, really? I missed that? How did I miss that?
I don't know. But yeah,
I watched that Veritasium video and
times.
I was like, Bev would love this video.
We did. That was sophistry. I think we went over it, the beginning bit, to show people how sophistry can apply in all walks. Right? We've even had to go with the guy at triangles over 180 degrees.
Yeah, ridiculousness.
Yeah. But it ends up with people putting themselves in really strange positions, as Bear witnessed earlier, right? The only way out of them is sophistry. They don't have an argument, so how can they support nonsense? You've just got to try and convince people of a contradictory opinion, a contradictory point of view, with things that aren't provable. Imaginings. It is quite funny when you know, like once you step back and look.
It's hilarious.
This arena's full of it, isn't it?
You know, I was walking. I said to you, you know, I was out walking, you know, out in the public this morning and laughing out loud, you know, as I was listening to it and thinking, yes, wow, that's really funny. It was really incredible. Yeah. The interesting thing is that you know they don't have any proofs to the argument. There's no definitions, no postulates, no axioms. Same as, you know, you've asked Charles or Blue Marble or anything. You know, they haven't got something that they can say, well, this is the proof of this idea of this. You know, like you can with Euclidean geometry. Non-Euclidean geometry, there's none of that. There's no. It's just, well, we stole this and changed it, or, well, you know, we falsified that bit in order for this bit to happen. You can't pin them down and say, well, please explain to me how I can, you know, where it says, you know, definitively that this is so. It's very interesting.
Well, here's the
very
problem
funny
as well, right? Because when you look at what, you know, the conversation that happened, other than me and you, who learned the most from that conversation?
I think there's maybe a few little aspects. Maybe it depends. Maybe yes, honing your argument to how do you
So
fight
next
this
time
corner.
we're not there, the sophist has learned much more than the flat earthers that the sophist was running rings around. And now the sophist has an ability to learn a counter to something new, perhaps something that he was unaware of.
Exactly. Yeah. If he doesn't know it now, he's met. It's
he can
I
review
guess
it.
like playing chess. You come up against another defense or another attack you never saw, you didn't witness before, and you have to work out, what words not, in this theme, what words to use or not to use, how to place your words in order to be a more able sophist. Because he met his match. That's not blowing smoke up your ass. He met his match today, and he either knows it or he's gone away licking his wounds, working out how he now restructures his words in order to have a comeback, and without actually revealing any truth or or the holes in his truth, really. No, because he was very careful. He knew what he was doing. He instructed the others. If they say this, you don't answer unless they say something, unless they engage at this point. You don't go any further. He knows what he was doing, and for a lot of people, he could catch them, but he didn't do that today. And yes, you're right. He's got to go away because he won't accept defeat in his own mind. That's for sure. If you meet him again, it'll be interesting to see what his development will have been. But yeah, he was the one who learned something today. The others may have learnt, I mean, like the lady, they let her run with her argument with her because they said this is the way you learn, and I recognized what she was doing because I'd listened to 24/7.
Can I just let everybody in, right? We went over to the politics channel this morning, as we've been doing for most mornings, to just have a conversation with people. And when we went over there, they were, I don't know, training. There was a guy called F.E. Jedi, right? And he came in, but there was a girl, I think, was it Flatsy? Yeah, Flatsy. Now, Flatsy was in conversation with this very skilled sophist. And Flatsy had been given a scripted argument that most people have probably heard 100 times before, right? This sophist obviously had heard it. He knew everything. He knew it inside out. And Flatsy wasn't quite prepared for it. Flatsy called out for help from this guy called Jedi, F.E. Jedi. And he declined by saying she was, learning. This was her training or something.
Yeah. Training day.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And they just left her, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, I recognise it because I haven't been there a lot at all. I've dipped in there over the last year. Well, no, the last 3 or 4 months probably that I even came across it, and I went there and listened a bit and recognised a pattern, a structure, and of argument. And I've saved a video of this kind of 3-point questions, and which they seem to train people in, and it's basically it's an argument against globers, and it's basically to take them to a place where they have to admit they don't actually know something themselves. They'll ask them about the curve of the Earth, the orbit, and gas pressure without a container. It's kind of those 3 topics, and so they'll ask, can you name a scientist or an expert who proved the curve of the Earth? And generally, people don't have that; they just have something they've heard. And the idea is to get people to say, I don't know. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No, that's nothing wrong. That's good. That's good. You said you don't know, and that's fine. Yeah. That's great. I mean, none of us know everything. And then they move to the next argument and try to get through the 3 questions, and then they laugh at the end and say, "See, so you don't know anything. You just believe what you think you know." And she was practicing this 3-question art, and I recognized that's what she was doing, but she let him have too much of the floor, really, and didn't close him down, and he just got a couple of steps ahead of her in her training. So I guess they'll review it with her afterwards, maybe, and say, well, you should have done this, and next time don't offer that possibility, in the questioning. Keep them to this area of the topic, and that was what was happening. And that's kind of I was amused, thinking, oh, I recognize this. I recognize what's going on here. So I could see where it began to fall apart. But yeah, there is a training over there.
Yeah, Flatsy didn't like it when I was bringing up, logical arguments, even though that was one of the things that Flatsy kept bringing up, was the QE's fallacious modus tollens, even with the picture that's like completely misrepresents the P and Q relationship, violates the that one that is a literal, just a changing, the one where QE didn't mind his P's and Q's. Thank you, Emma. All that time ago, QE was starting up his thing, and he was like starting up this new quantum eraser channel on YouTube, and Emma said, yeah, mate, get this as one of your t-shirts. Emma says, mind your P's and Q's. I bet he can remember that, because I can remember it really well. It was one of those discoveries that we had within logic. Thanks to Emma. All the way back at the beginning, and QE didn't seem to understand that he had made a fallacious argument. And they still don't realise it, because Flatsy was trying to use it with some guy today. And this guy's a sophist, as Herbert's been talking about. But this sophist didn't bother about the actual fallacy within the argument that Flatsy was using. It was a very, very skilled sophist, because he's going to let that go. I'd rather that be out there, right? It's just a fallacious statement.
Yeah, she got lost in gravity. That was the problem. And the sun, which was, it was an argument in the weeds. It's always nice when it comes back down to something we can see and measure and look at and observe with our own eyes in reality. Not the stars, not up in space, or where is this container? Is there a container? What's happening with the gas? It's straight, level, horizontal, as in your back garden. It's in your house. It's in your life. It's a great place to begin, really, and end almost too. It's close to reality, very simple, close to reality, and then what flows from there is something else. Yeah, and as you were saying, what comes out of the geometry is something much more than you ever imagined. And that's what I've experienced in the past few days. I did post something earlier about a picture. It's a geometry aims at knowledge of the eternal, Plato,
Yeah.
Republic. You know, that really, after I found that this morning after I'd listened, and it just pierced the heart of lots of these thoughts and questions. You know, the geometry and music and the arts being at the center of what is the universe. They're all connected and they're all truthful. They will all, yeah, like the geometry leads you to the logic. Yeah, and the logic leads you to light and clarity of thought. Yeah, it's very, very exciting. Yeah, I have been very excited the last few days.
Inspirational. That's
Yeah.
what it's been, you know. And you do the same to me. It makes it worthwhile. The conversations, they don't just stop in the morning. Like, just because we've had that conversation, that leads to more. It's like a lemma, right?
Yeah.
The thoughts, they don't just stop there. It continues. The more conversation, the more development you can get. That's what it's all about. Well, it's one of the things that I think is required, right? Number one, stop watching TV. Stop being affected by advertisement and news, because that puts you down, right? Get rid of that. Number two, distill your water. Clarify your mind. Get rid of all of that drugs or whatever's in the water. Clear it up. It'll help clear your mind. Number three, go and find some people to talk to stimulate your conversation, to unlock that little bit that maybe it's been hidden because you've been watching TV and you've been distracted and you've, you know, had your mind numbed by certain drugs and modern society. Step away from it. Start talking to people. It doesn't have to make a difference. Lucky enough to be able to do this with a group of people and in this Discord server. A very unique group of people, but I mean, that could be you. It could be anyone out there. Just come in, have a chat. We're not that bad. In fact, we're quite decent people. And we do have a ARC server if anybody does want to stress test the PC or Xbox now, because it's just been released on Xbox. You can come on and join a server. It's completely centered around just gaming, having fun, friendly cooperative play. Although, you know, it's gaming. So if you want to just come and chill out, that's what we do here. But we also have stimulating conversations, gaming. And what else do we do? Music, live music. There's quite a fair few musicians of all sorts inspiring each other. It's always worthwhile. Just come and have a chat. And especially you, Michael, if Michael Kahn's listening, come and have a chat. And Nathan Oakley too. And, you know, you want to talk about what the guy said, how to talk to surveyors, you want to talk about how to talk to people in general, we can do that, because that's what we're all about. Communication. Try not to call people liars. I've always thought that's a bit of a ridiculous tactic. I mean, once you understand the paralogisms and how you can be taking them on, then what about imagining that other people are liars and publicly calling them liars? I'm not too sure about that. Doesn't sound like something YouTube content creators should be doing myself. But you get used to it in certain areas of society. There's always people that are like that. Try not to be like that. And yeah, if anybody does want to come and talk to us about any sort of thing, yeah, there you go in the chat. I was talking to Flatsy, and there you go. This is Flatsy's debate training, and Jedi agreed. FE Jedi with a globe thing. Look, I think that's a globe, is it? FE Jedi's got on his thing. Might not be the real FE Jedi. I don't know. But who are the people that you allow to represent you? And like, who are the flat earthers that you want to represent you? If you're a flat earther, that is. Like, do you want these content thieves? Maybe the people that say that mountains are measured flat. Maybe they're the ones that you do it. The ones that, you know, call out all of the other flat earthers for not getting the argument right, or, you know, being shills, frauds, or whatever. You know, like, what sort of, who are the people you support? What's going on? If you want to be hated just because of who you will chill with, come join us. Oh, it's Betty. Betty put in a... Has he been watching Mike in the chat, J-Ro? I don't know, you might not be able to talk, but Betty's just put some letters in the thing. It looks like a bit of algebra. What's that, Betty? What's that? Do you know? Have we got any mathematicians? Because he seems to be talking this weird language with no context. Just a weird... Like,
that's provocation.
Is Betty talking in code or something? What's going on? Yeah. Tanya says it means X, Y, Z is a plane, apparently. Betty, you can come in as well if you want to talk. Come and talk about some logic. Come and talk while you're talking in code. He might just start talking in like computer code, beeps and stuff. I don't know. We like to keep it nice and chill, so watch what you're doing, Betty. Don't be upsetting the mathematicians. Interesting. Well, thank you for being here with us, Betty. One of the Betty is the dogmatic globe dogmatician. Definitely not a logician. We got stripped to that. But Betty, if you do want to come in and have a chat, are you coaching Blue Marble Science, the Blue Marble Science, the YouTube things, or are you not in contact with the Blue Marble scientists anymore? Vertical page. The Z would be the vertical, I think, on most of the things. I think Tanya might have been listening to the people over there at 24/7. Maybe he had some training from Nathan Oakley. Right. We've got some gaming to do, so I don't know how much longer we should keep this going. We shout out Michael Kahn again? Michael, come and have a chat. If you want to go over any of my videos, just give us a shout out and let us know. Don't just be copying them, mistitling them, and putting them out on your own channel as though it's your work. You can't do that to people on YouTube. I know we're not big professional channel here, but we do take pride in our work. Come on into Discord. We're going to have a conversation with people who are in here, right? We're going to redo the Introduction to Western Philosophy course, Hillsdale College. We're going to work out a day that we're going to do it. So if you want to have any sort of say in that, if you would like to be involved with it or whatever, pop into the Discord, jump into the live chat, and we will be having a discussion about it very soon. In the meantime, we'll be back definitely on Friday. I think tomorrow I might put one of these conversations out, give you a gist on, the sort of just conversations we have. Yeah, Tanya's been listening to, like he has, something to do with the guys over there at 24/7 this morning. I might put that one out, but it might take a few days for us to get round to doing it. That's Cats. Thank you very much, Cats. Supercomputer people are going to be getting memberships. Thank you very much, Cats Supercomputer. Right, let me get this. Have we got any requests? Anyone for a buster for close out?
Agents of the Logos.
Oh, Agents of the Logos. Yeah, you like that, don't you? You like the idea of
what he said.
Yeah. Yeah, I got hooked on it yesterday and thought, yes.
Okay, thank you very much for listening. Just remember, flat earthers, don't let them steal your content. Watch one. Keep an eye on them. Make sure you're watching what they're doing. See you later on in the week. So I'll put something out tomorrow.
It's the echo in your brain. You know you can't sustain the misconceptions in your mind. One day you'll see for sure what all of this was for. Then you can leave it all behind. The journey begins. I am the one, yeah, that will show the proof. I am the one, yeah, that is searching for the truth. I am the whispers of the logic in your mind. I am an agent of the Logos. In the beginning was found this thing that cannot speak. It's how we all truly learn. It's only ever attained when one lets go of fear. So don't let wisdom pass you by. The journey begins. I am the one, yeah, that will show the proof. I am the one, yeah, that is searching for the truth. I am the whispers of the logic in your mind. I am an agent of the Logos. It was there all along. How could I never have seen this thing that's danced all around? It wasn't until I left behind the things I believed that I could see things so clear. The journey begins. Become the one here that will show the proof. Become the one here that is searching for the truth. Become the whispers of the logic in their minds. Become an agent of the Logos. Become an agent of the Logos. We are the agents of the Logos.